One day in the pumpkin patch, a strangest little pumpkin hatch. Spookley wasn't like his friends, where they have curves, he had ends. Spookley was different, he was odd, he was rare. Spookley the pumpkin wasn't round, he was square. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookley sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookley wished he was round and could roll everywhere. That is, one night they discovered it was fine to be round, but when the weather is fair. But other times it is better to be square. Halloween was just a day away, when a mighty storm blew in across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, and then off they go. Bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight. Spookley sat there filled with fright. He was glad to be squared that night. Suddenly, the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins rolled into the bay. Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him. He's the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried. He finally flipped. He was on his side. Again he tipped, again he flopped, again he flipped, and then he stopped right in the gap where the fence snapped. He blocked away. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray! Spookley the square pumpkin has saved the day!" Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would crack. Then another one hit him with a thump. Another one with a smack. One by one, a ton of pumpkins piled in a stack with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash. And then it all went black. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came to check his crops. He picked up the pumpkins one by one. He laid them in the warm, dry sun. When the last one was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, wedged against the broken fence. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too. But there was brave little Spookley, sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there the farmer knew all the seeds that he ever sown. Spookley was the most special that had ever grown. And the next year, it was time to sow, so he sowed those seeds in a row. He watered and weed and watched them grow. And that morning, in about mid-June, when a pumpkin began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds. Most of them were square, but some were cubes, some rectangular, some flat, some triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones and 2 rows of blue. There were ones with polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too. There were thousands of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden Verity makes. Now every year on Halloween, Spookley's pumpkin patch is quite a scene. People from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stopped, they poke, they gaze, they stare. They pick the pumpkins that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. Now you know the story how Spookley grew. Maybe someday you will tell someone too. They'll go tell someone who go tell another. And maybe one day we will all discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover.